Hi, my name is Steven. I'm a fifth year pharmacy student and I'm taking the wellness course. I'm going to be going over the trans theoretical model and my experience with it so far. So, the experience I want to talk about is exercising and losing weight. So, last year I was in the pre contemplation stage. To be exact, it was around the fall semester when I was on co op. I was doing my co-op at Alnylam Pharmaceuticals, and this was my first time being in the industry side of pharmacy. It was a great learning opportunity for me, but it was also very stressful because I was working 60 hours per week sometimes, and because of the stress and the workload there, I felt that I was very busy and working on the industry side of pharmacy. There was a lot of benefits such as free food. There are social events with free food, drinks, and as a college student, I felt that I should go and take the free food and enjoy what the company is offering me, and so I did. Um, at the same time, I was in three leadership positions. I was president of a fraternity. I was a Bouvet coordinator, so I was one of the leadership positions for leading Bouvet Fellows, which is a program on campus. And I was also a membership committee head during the fall and the spring of last year. So I had to plan induction ceremony for new members and just events throughout the semester. So it was a stressful time for me professionally with the organizations I was in and working my co-op. So being stressed out from the organizations and being stressed out from work and the amount of workload I had there, it was very easy for me to not exercise, and I was eating a lot of food because it was free. People would have meetings with free lunches and they would leave it out for everyone to have, and I would always get it whenever I could. So I wasn't really thinking about exercising. I knew I was gaining weight, but for me, I was just so stressed out and I had so many things to do professionally that I put my physical health to the side. The next stage is the contemplation stage. So this was after I finished co-op and I went back home. I went back home to Hawaii for break and I was able to be with my family, my cousins, my uncles, my aunties, and they all noticed that I gained weight and they mentioned it to me, and this was the phase, this is the part of my life where I was like, I should make a change. Um, and I've lost weight in the past, and I've gotten to shape in the past, but it took me a while. And I was also doing a high school sport, wrestling. Um, so I had a set schedule and a set exercise routine, and I had people around me. But being in college, not doing any sports, it's a lot harder to um, be more conscious of what exercise I'm doing because I have to think of it on my own. And because of that, um, I was still trying to figure out what I should do, how I should proceed with losing weight and getting back into shape. So that kind of went from my spring semester up until summer, or the end of spring semester, beginning of summer, because I was still in my organization positions. I was still doing the leadership positions, and because of that, I was still stressed out. And with that, we started our CDM part of school of the pharmacy program. CDM is Comprehensive Disease Management, and this is the core classes of pharmacy where you look at patients with these diseases and figure out how do you treat them, how do we diagnose them. And this part was a very detailed part of the program, and this was my first class, so of course I was stressed. Um, so I was still trying to figure out what was the best way to lose the weight, what was the best way to get back into shape and be into the best shape I could be. It wasn't until the spring, until the summer semester, where my student organization positions were done. I only kept one, the Bouvet Fellow Coordinator, but besides that, that was the only position I had in school. Um, so I thought this was the time where I could start preparing and figuring out my workout program. So I reached out to my cousin. Um, he did 3 sports in high school and he's in great shape. He was running miles at 5 minute 30 seconds, and I got some tips from him. So this is the part where I kind of got into the action phase where I started working out every day of the week. It was probably like 4 to 5 times a week, but there was one week, about the second week in, I got a knee injury. I was doing squats and my right knee just gave out. Um, the weight didn't follow me, but thankfully, but I still got the knee injury, and because of that, it was lingering and it kind of stopped me from exercising. So I kind of went back to the contemplation stage where I had to figure out what can I do to get better. And the contemplation phases, I had a knee injury in high school during wrestling, and I got better because I went to a personal trainer and they helped rehab me back. But because I was in college and commuting or walking to school was a struggle sometimes, I was on crutches, I was limping. I had a hard time even thinking about going to physical therapy. Plus, I didn't know how to do it. So I got back to the preparation stage towards the end of summer where I could start walking around a little bit more. But my knee wasn't totally 100%. And so um, the end of the summer semester ended. I went back home. I was able to drive to a doctor, and he was able to say that my bones were okay, and he referred me to physical therapy. And I had to go to physical therapy because we both thought it was an issue with a ligament, because my bones seemed fine. And so my insurance didn't let me take an MRI unless I did physical therapy for 3 weeks first. And so the doctor prescribed me to a local physical therapy in Hawaii, but I didn't go because I had to go for 3 weeks in order to get the MRI. And I thought that coming back to Boston and completing the 3 weeks here would make for a better follow up, just so it could be tracked more easily on what I did instead of having 2 different places. And so the first week I had to figure out with my insurance where it was covered. Um, and so I had to figure out what was closest to me, what worked best for my schedule, and I found a physical therapy place. So I guess I'd be back in the action stage, because I'm currently doing physical therapy for my knee. This is about my second week, and I'm trying to get it better. But because I'm able to walk around without that much pain, I've also begun exercising and lifting weights. um, so right now I'm exercising anywhere from 4 to 5 times a week. That's about my goal. I'm just doing weights. But after doing the Mindful 30 exercise program recently, I decided that I also wanted to add in yoga to my workout schedule. So we'll see how that goes. I have to prepare a little bit, see where to start, where to go. Um, but for exercising and working out, definitely in the action phase because I'm putting work into losing weight. I'm changing my diet. I'm exercising more, and hopefully, I can keep this up and be in the maintenance stage in a couple months. Thank you for listening. Have a great day. Bye.